Okay, guys. So, good evening, everyone. Come back once again. So, today is the fourth day of this SQL Essential Bootcamp, and till now we have discussed like a lot of things. We have discussed about like so many queries. Okay, yesterday the main thing which we have discussed is about like the constants. What are all the constants like present into the SQL? Okay, so let me first share my screen so that every one of you can like see that what we have discussed like till now. So yeah, yesterday we are discussing about like what are the constant into the SQL, like not null, check, unique, and then these are the two important concept which we have discussed yesterday. One is primary key, another one is foreign key, and then we even established a relationship between like a primary key and a foreign key. So I hope, guys, that till now you are like you guys are enjoying the session, hopefully. And yeah, I can see that even you guys are asking the doubt into the chat box. Okay, definitely I try to answer all the questions. Okay, guys, if yeah, definitely put your queries and ask your doubts into the chat box if you have anything to ask. It's always like good to hear you out, and it's always good to like answer you guys. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss again a very important concept, and I'm going to discuss like a few advanced queries. Okay, a few advanced function of SQL. Okay, so first we'll start with this join operation. Okay, because this join operation is also like very important. So let's see that if I have two table. Okay, so how I can like join that two tables. Okay, so that is the very first thing which we need to like understand. And the second important like a concept which I will take today is about the window function. Okay, so these are the two important function which I will discuss today. Okay, and both of these functions are very important, and like one of the advanced function in like SQL. Okay, so let's start, guys. Let's see that what we can do. What are the different kind of joins present into the SQL? Okay, how we can join like two different tables. Okay, so let's see. Let me open my SQL workbench. Okay, and let's try to. Okay, so first let me create like two tables over here. Okay, so one I can try to create as create table, and then in this table I can try to take the information of like a person. Okay, so maybe I can try to write create table info. And the very first thing is I need to first write down that which database I want to use. So I'm using the same database, which is Bootcamp. Okay, so let me first run this now. Okay, now guys, you all know that how to create a table and how to insert a value inside it. I guess now this thing is very easy for you. So what I can do, I can try to create like a ID. So person ID over here. Now this person ID should be integer. Then I can try to take the like a name over here. Okay, so p name should be a varchar. Okay, one second. Then the third thing is going to be the address. 5. And the last thing is going to be the salary. Fine, I guess this is how we can create a table, guys. So yeah, the table is created. Now the next thing is to insert the value inside this table. Okay, so how we can insert the value? So I will put a very few like a value, so like over here. Okay, so insert into info, and then inside this I have like a PID, I have like a P name, and I have like an address, and then I have a salary. And now in place of a values, I can take one. I can take the person name as Shivam. I can take the person name as okay, so I can take the address as maybe L82, and then I can take the salary as 75,000. Now this is one value which I have inserted into my table. Similarly, I can put like a more entries inside this. So let me take, okay, so I guess 4 entries are like more than enough. Uh, I can simply just change the name over here. So like 2, I can make it 3, and I can make it 4. Then here I can change the name. So in place of Shivam, I can take the Mridul. In place of Shivam, I can make it as Sanjay. And in place of Shivam, I can make it as Manoj. Then in place of L82, I can make it L81. I can make this as, in place of L82, I can make this as H81 or 182. And here I can make this as I122. Fine. And yes, similarly, like over here, I can change the like a salary. So maybe I can make this as 65,000, and I can make this as maybe 50,000. Fine. Now I can run this. So yes, this is how we can create the first table over here. Okay, so the first table is created. Now I can create the second table. Okay, because into the join we want to join like two different tables over here. So let me create even the second table over here. So in order to create the second table, again the name of the table I can try to change over here, and I can try to make it as uh, O info, means order info. Okay, then I can try to write over here as order ID. Okay, and PID should also be there. So the first I can take like a order PID. Then because one column common column should be there, because if I want to join, so there should be one common column. Then there should be order ID in teaser, and then there should be like a order number. Okay, and this is also int. Now we have a person ID, we have a order ID, and we have a order number as well. Now let me create it. So now the second table is also created, guys. Now let me put the entries into the second table, and it's again very easy. There will be no problem. We have a person ID, and then we have a order ID. So let me change this first. So this should be order ID, and then after this there should be order number. Okay, fine. And this should be in place of info. It should be O underscore info. Fine. Let me copy this first. over here and over here also. Now guys, in place of like a person ID, so I can try to make this as 4, I can try to make this as 2 or 3, and I can try to make this as 5. Okay, so we have 4, 3 and 5, and then there will be order number. So I can try to make this order number as maybe 449. I can try to make this order ID as 450. Okay, and I can make this order ID as 501. Okay, and then okay, so fine, and then like then we have a order number, so I can have different order number over here. So like okay, and this should not be into the bracket. Okay, so fine, this should not be into the inverted comma because now this is an integer, and similarly this also should not be into the inverted comma. Now let me take any order number over here. So I can try to take order number as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then I can try to take this order number as 7 8 9 0 1 2, and then I can try to take this order number as maybe 6 7 8 9 4 3. And now this is done. Okay, so we have inserted 3 value over here, and now you can see that we have a person ID, PID, and this PID is common column in both the tables. Okay, because we should have one common column. If I want to join two different tables, so there should be at least one common column. So this person ID is common column, and you can see that I have taken some some value which is like present over here also. So like this 3 and 4 is common like in both the table. Definitely here we have 1 and 2, and here we don't have 1 and 2, and into the second table we have a 5, and but into the first table we don't have a 5. Okay, so yeah, there's a difference also. And then we have this like a similarity also. Now I can try to run this, execute this. Now all the values are inserted. Now let me check, let me show you the tables. Okay, so first I can try to write select star from, so my first table is info. Okay, and then I can write select star from, now the second table is o underscore info. Now I can try to execute both the command. Okay, now you can see that we have like a two table over here. So you can see this is the first table where we have a person ID, we have a person name, we have an address, and we have a salary. Then there's a second table where we have I guess person ID, we have order ID, and we have a order number. Okay, now let's see that how I can join this like a two tables. Okay, so for that guys, there are three different kind of a join. Okay, so you can skip this particular join over here. Okay, so we have three different joins over here. First is inner join. Okay, and by default, suppose if you're not writing anything, if you're just writing join, so by default it will take an inner join. Now what will happen into the inner join? So it will return the rows that have matching values in both the table. Means what will return into the inner join? So if I try to join these two tables, okay, so if I try to join info, and if I try to join o underscore info, if I try to join like these two tables, so what will be the output? Okay, what values you say that what values it will display to me? Okay, so it will display only those values where we have a matching person ID. Okay, because person ID is a common column in both the table. So it will because you can see over here, it is written that it will return only those rows that have matching values in both the table. Okay, so like here the what which are the matching person ID a person ID. So here I think into this table we have 3 and 4, and into this table also we have 3 and 4. So this 3 and 4 is actually the matching value in both the table. Okay, so now let's first write the command over here. Let's see that how to write this particular query which can help me to join the table. Okay, so I can write in this way: select can write select info dot person ID. Okay, PID is there. So select info dot person ID. Okay, and then comma, and then I can write. Okay, so now here, guys, I can't write star. Okay, so suppose okay, guys, so you want to display the complete table, like what are the columns present to the table. You want to display the complete table. Okay, so here you need to write like one by one, like what are all the values you want to display. Okay, because here you try to join the table, so you cannot write like a star from, because you are not returning the value just from one table, you are returning the value from both the table. Okay, so here you need to write like each value over here. So I can write select info dot person ID, because person ID is the common column. Now into the info, what are all the columns I want to display. Okay, so I want to display the person name, p name. Then I want to display the address. Okay, so I can write or like info dot person ID, and then I can write the second name. Okay, like here I can write again info dot uh, person name. Okay, and then I want to display one by one. Okay, so person ID, then person name, and then person address. So person p dot uh, p dot uh, p dot address, and then I can write what's the next thing, p dot salary. Okay, so select info. Okay, I guess this should not be p, this should be info. Sorry, info, and then info. So these are the values I want to display from the first table. Now from the second table, what I want to display, so I want to display order ID and order number. Okay, so here I need to write okay, here I need to write okay, what's the name of the table. So name of the table is, okay, one second, name of the table is o underscore, okay, o underscore id. Okay, so o underscore id dot, sorry, o underscore info, sorry, this is the name of the table, dot order id. And similarly we have o underscore info dot order number. Okay, so now these are the things which I want to display. Okay, and these are the things I want to display from info. Okay, so from info, and then I can go into the other line. So now you can see that I have written all the values, okay, all the columns which I want to display. Okay, so from info. Okay, and then I need to write down that which join I want to apply. Okay, so I want to join, I want to use inner join over here. So you can see that we have a inner, okay, one second, inner join, inner join, and I want to join this info with which table, with o underscore info. Okay, so I want to join this info table with an o underscore like info, and then I need to write on which basis, like you need to write over here the name of the common column. Okay, so on info dot person ID is equals to o underscore info dot person ID. Okay, that's it. I guess now it should work. Now you can see, guys, just try to understand this whole line once again. Okay, so what I have written, I have written that I have selected all the columns which I want to display. Okay, so like over here, what we need to write down, we always try to write down select star. Star means I want to display all the columns. Okay, now here you can select the columns, the only those columns which you want to display. Okay, suppose I don't want to display like any of these column. Okay, so maybe I don't want to display order ID, or maybe I don't want to display like a salary. Okay, so here I can select the columns which I want to display. So I have selected all the columns which I want to display. then I have written from which table I want to like display this column. So since I am joining both the tables, so I can write the name of any table. Like I can write info over here, or even I can write o underscore info. Then I need to write that which join I need to perform. Okay, so what kind of a join I want over here. So I have written inner join, and then you need to write. Okay, so you can see that between info and o underscore info, I want to perform inner join, and then I need to write on which basis, like which is the common column in both the table. So fine, now if I execute this particular query, let's see what will be my output. So now you can see I'm getting an output as 3, 4. So now I have already told you guys that there are two columns. There are just two entries which are common in both the table. Okay, so this 3 and 4, this person ID is common in both the table. Okay, so that's why you can see like it will display only the common column, only the common row, sorry. Okay, so now this 3 and 4 is common in both the tables. So now you can see all the information about this particular person ID. Okay, so you can see we have a person name over here, Sanjay and Manoj. Then address of Sanjay and Manoj. Then we have a salary of Sanjay and Manoj. Then we have their order ID, and then we have their order number. Suppose if you don't want to display the order ID, let's assume that if I don't want to display order ID, so you can remove this order ID from here, and then it will display only the order number. Okay, but my concept over here, not to understand this select, my concept over here to understand like what will be the output if I perform inner join over here. Okay, so I guess now you are able to understand that if I try to use inner join, so it will display only the matching values in both the tables. Okay, so that is what written over here. So return rows that have the matching values in both the table. That's it. Okay, so I hope guys this inner join is clear to everyone. Okay, now similarly guys, you can try to perform left join and right join. Okay, so now you can see what will happen into the left join. So it will return all the rows from left table even if there are no matches in the right table. Okay, so होगा क्या कि whatever the values present to the left table. Okay, so like if I run this again, let's see. Okay, so if I run this query again, so what will happen? You can see this is my left table. Okay, so this info is my left table, and then this o underscore info is my right table. Okay, so what will happen if I try to perform left join? So it will display all the values of this left table. Okay, it will display all the values of this left table. Now wherever there is a matching, okay, so like third and fourth is matching. Okay, so wherever there's a matching, okay, so there you can see you're able to see the values like whatever the order ID and whatever the order number. And wherever there is no matching, okay, so like in 1 and 2, this 1 and 2, this PID 1 and 2 is not present into this table. So for this you will get null for order ID and order number. Okay, so let me show you that what is the output if I try to perform left join over here. So I only need to make a change over here, rest of the things will be same. Okay, and now I'm performing the left. I'm already telling you the output. So into the output you will get this table. Okay, this complete table you will get. And since I have written over here that I want to display the order ID also, and I want to display the order number also. Okay, so what will happen after this column we have two more column. One column is order ID and second column is order number. Now wherever there's a there's a matches wherever we have the same person ID, there will get the respected order ID and order number. If I don't have that person ID, like 1 and 2 is not present to the right table, so what happened into that place will get a null for order ID and order number. Okay, so let me execute this. Let me show you. Now guys, you can see we'll get all the you can see all the values which is present to the left table is executed. Okay, so what are all the values present to the left table is executed. Now for right table it will execute only those values where we have a matching values. Okay, so like for 3 and 4, so 3 is common person ID in both the tables, so that's why you can see we have a order ID for 3 and we have a order ID for 4. but for 1 and 2 it tries to like show me the null value. Okay, so this is what happened in case of a left join. And similarly, just the opposite thing will happen into the right join. Okay, so if I now if I try to perform right join, guys, okay, so what will happen into the right join? So let's see what will happen into the right join. So into the right join, it will return all the rows from the right table even if there is no matches into the left table. Okay, so अब आपका right join पूरा right table पूरा आ जाएगा, like ये जो order info की चीजें हैं. Okay, so ये o underscore info जो है ये पूरा आ जाएगा, but it will display only those values from the left table where we have a matches. Okay, जैसे यहाँ पे हुआ इसका just opposite होगा. Okay, so now if I try to run this over here, and now if I make it right join, so what will happen? Let's see. Let's try to execute this. Okay, now you can see we have a person ID 3 and 4. Now fifth place पे क्या हुआ? Okay, so into my right table we have a person ID as 5. Okay, so 5 पे क्या होगा? Now you can see we don't have any person name and we don't have any address and we don't have any salary. Okay, so that's why here we get null values. Okay, so this is what happened in case of a right join. Okay, so these are the three kind of a join, guys, in case of a SQL. Okay, so I hope like all these joins are like clear to everyone. Okay, because I made it very easy to make you understand. Okay, so into the inner join, it will display all the values which is having a common values in both the table. In left join, it will display the left table. Okay, no matter whether it is having a matching with the right table or not. And into the right join, it will display all the values, all the rows of the right table. Okay, so hopefully this is clear to everyone, guys. Okay, so let me just go into the chat box and let me check. Okay, so let me okay, just write into the chat box if you have any doubt. Info dot, can we add credential on head if okay, fine. Will we get marks assignment? Yes, if I get your assignment, I will definitely assign you the marks. Please explain left join once again. Okay, fine, no issue. Can we make that not null? How to do self join? Okay, so you want me to explain left join again? So what will happen into the left join, guys? So into the left join, okay, it will try to display all the values of the left table. Okay, so it will try to display all the values of the left table. Okay, so let me execute this once again. Let me show you. So now this is my left table and this is my right table. Okay, this info is my left table and this order underscore o underscore info is my right table. Okay, so what will happen into the left join? It will display all the values of the left join. Okay, like whatever the values into the PID, then P name, address, salary, it will display. Okay, now I have selected the value, the column of this right join also. Like I have selected like over here, I have selected the order ID and order number also. Okay, so what will happen? So if there is a matches, okay, so like this 3 and 4 is common person ID in both the table. Okay, so for 3 and 4, I will get the order, respected order ID and order number. Whatever the order ID for 4%, whatever the order ID for this PID, I will get that, and whatever the order number for this particular person ID, I will get that. Okay, but for rest of the values, like we don't have person ID 1 and 2 into the second table. Okay, into the right table. So over here for order ID and order number, I will get null. Okay, so let me execute this again and now let's see. Okay, so now you can see that all the complete left table is executed. Okay, so till here we have a left table and then these are the column into the right table. Okay, now for person ID 1, I don't have any order ID because we don't have any order ID for person ID 1 because person ID 1 is not available into the table 2. Okay, so that's why we get a null over here, and the same thing for like a person ID 2. Okay, but for 3 and 4 we are getting the respected order id. Okay, so this is what happened in case of left table. Okay, so now you can see all the values of the left table is executed. Okay, all the values of left table is executed, but for the right table it will only execute those values where we have a common person id. Okay, that's the thing, that's the thing happen into the like a left table. Okay. Yeah, guys. So I think now this left table is clear to everyone. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let me take the next function. Okay. So now the next function is actually the Windows function, guys. And again, Windows function is one of the very important, and this is one of the like advanced concept into the SQL. Okay. So one second. Let me first. Execute this so that I have like some space over here. Now let me write over here as Windows function. Okay, now let me show you that how we can create a Windows function. So for that, guys, I need to create one table, and since this table is little bit larger, so I'm not going to create it like over here itself because it takes a lot of time. So you can see like this is a table, guys. So I think now you all know that how to create a table. Okay, so we can create a table and the name of the table is employee. Okay, and I'm using the same Bootcamp database. Okay, now into the employee table I have an employee id, I have an employee name, I have a department name, and I have a salary. Okay, now we are trying to insert the value over here. So let me first execute this table creation. So now the table is created. Now we are inserting this value into the employee table. Okay, so like this is my employee id, this is the name of the employee, and this is the department of the employee, and this is the salary of the employee. Okay, so similarly I think we have 24 entries over here. So let me just execute this. So now you'll see that it will be executed for 24 times. Okay, and now if I refresh it, so now you can see now we have one new table over here as employee. Okay, now let me show you that how this employee table looks like. Okay, so I can write select star from employee. Okay, so now you can see like here we have an employee id, we have an employee name, we have a department name, and we have a salary. Okay, so this is this is like a table we are having. Okay, now what I can do, okay, so now let's try to understand about a window function. Okay, so suppose if I ask you, okay, so suppose if I try to ask one question over here, and let's see that how to create a window into the table. Okay, so here this is an important thing to understand how to create a window over here. Okay, so window means like suppose I have four different department. Okay, so if I try to understand that how many distinct department over here, so I guess there are four different departments. Okay, so one is admin, another one is hr, the third one is it, and fourth one is finance. Okay, so we have four different like a department over here. So what I can do, I can try to create a window for each of these department. Okay, so now let's see that what kind of a question can be asked and how you can answer that particular question by using a window function. Okay, so suppose if I ask you that what is the maximum salary of like any employee from this table. Okay, so now you can see we have one column as salary into this table. Okay, so we have a like a salary as 4,000, then we have a salary as 3,000, then again we have a salary as 4,000. Now if I ask you that what is the maximum salary over here. Okay, so out of all these salary, what is the maximum salary of like an employee? So how I can find that? So I guess yesterday itself I discussed about like some aggregate function, like we can use we can try to find out the average salary, we can try to find out the total salary. Okay, so similarly I can try to find out the max salary over here. So I can write select max, and I can try to find out the max over here, max of salary. Okay, max of salary, and I can try to create a new column over here. uh, and for creating a new column, I can use this alias as max salary. Okay, so select max salary from the table employee. So select max salary as max salary from employee. Now let me execute this. So now you can see this is the max salary, guys. Okay, so the maximum salary, like for of any employee, which are like from this particular table, is actually 11,000. Okay, now this is fine, but let's assume that I want to. But here you can see that into the result, into the output, I'm getting just one single column. Okay, I'm getting just one single column over here. Maybe I don't want this one single column. I want all the columns. I want the complete table, and then at the end, I want one column as max salary, and into that column, I want this value. Okay, let me make it clear for you once again. So here I'm getting the max salary. Okay, I'm getting just one column, and into this column, I'm getting the value of maximum salary, which is 11,000. But I don't want to display this. Particular thing just a single column, just as a single column over here. I want to display this particular thing into my original table. I want to display this as a separate column. Okay, so I want that along with my table, I have one separate column. I want one separate column as max salary, and into that particular column I want this particular value. Okay, so how I can write this then? So then I can write this as maybe okay. So okay, first this is like one thing I can do, but for that I can use something over here as okay. Once again, let me first do it in some other way. So what I can do, first I can try to first I can try to show this particular. Okay, so I maybe this is the maximum salary of from the entire column. Okay, so from the entire table, this is the maximum salary. If I want to see this maximum salary department wise, okay, so department wise, I want to check that. Which is the maximum salary, like from every department, like from IT department, what is the maximum salary, from finance department, what is the maximum salary. So let me first try to make that. Okay, and then we'll try to do this. Okay, so let me write select department name. Okay, and then max of salary as max of salary. Okay, from employee by department name. Okay. So group by department name. So now I'm doing the same thing, guys. I'm trying to get the maximum salary of the employee, but I'm trying to group by that particular aggregate function with respect to the department name. Okay, so now from each department, I will get the maximum salary. So yes, now you can see from admin department, this is the maximum salary. From HR department, this is the maximum salary. From IT department, we have this max as maximum salary, and then from finance department, we have this as a maximum salary. Fine. So now let me try to create a window function over here. So what does that mean? That I want to show this. Uh, like into one single column. Okay, sorry, like right now we can see this as a separate column, but I want to attach this particular thing with my original table. Okay, so how I can write that? So I can write in this way: select, and then I can write something over here, e dot. Okay, so e, I can take a alias for employee as e. Okay, uh, fine. So this will not create a problem. Now I can write max of salary, max of salary over. Now guys, with this over, we are creating a window over here. Okay, over as max salary. I guess now this thing should work, and then I can write from employee E. Okay, because E is like I am creating the alias for my employee. Okay, now let's see what will happen. Okay, guys, now you can see that we are getting this 11,000. Okay, and now this 11,000 is one column added to my original table. Okay, so now this is my original table where I have this four column, and now we have just include one more column over here as max salary. And but there's a problem that now inside this max salary we have just 11,000. Okay, so now we have created a window over here. Okay, this over is actually helped me to create a window, but now this is just one window over here. Okay, so if I want to make it with respect to the department, like from each department which is the maximum salary, like from admin department what is the maximum salary, from HR department what is the maximum salary. So if I want to create a different window over here for different department, like, so there will be four windows. Okay, so for that I can write over here as partition. Okay, so I can write partition by, and then I can write the name of the column through which I want to make this partition. Okay, so partition by department name. That's it. Now let's run this, and now you can see the result. Now guys, you can see we have like first we have an admin department. Okay, now this is first window, this is the first window, this is one window, and into the admin department this is the maximum salary which is 5,000. Then there's a second department, finance. Okay, and here the max salary is 6,500. Then there's a third department, HR, and here the max salary is 8,000. Then there's the fourth department, IT, and here the max salary is 11,000. Now guys, this over here is help us to make a window. Okay, and now with the help of partition we are able to make four different windows for four different department. Okay, so we have four different department, and for all department we make a window over here. Okay, so I hope this window function is clear to everyone, guys. Okay, so if you have any query regarding this window function, so please tell me. Okay, info dot address. Okay, fine. Okay, I have explained that again. अगर कॉमन एंट्री होगी पर्सन आईडी में दुर्गा एम, सो इट विल बी रिपीटेड. ओके, वो रिपीट हो जाएगी जो भी वैल्यू कॉमन होगी. लाइक आप आई गेस से यू वांट टू से सपोज आई हैव वन कॉमन like a person ID, and there will be a different value into that with that person ID. So what will happen, that particular thing will repeat. Okay, it will not that is not a very big problem. Okay, fine. uh, then thank you sir, I still need help with installing. Okay, ये हर क्या करूँ? Let's skip crashing. Sir, how to delete duplicate record? Why E is used? Okay, yeah, Hemant, E is used over here. Okay, E is actually the alias. Okay, so like if you don't want, you can avoid it. Okay, so you can write simply the star over here. If you don't want, you can simply avoid it. So I have created the alias for E, like alias for employee. So I can write E in this way. Okay, you can if you don't want this, you can simply avoid it. You can write select star, and but then you need to write like you need to write it in a different way. Okay, so just to adjust the things in a proper manner, I have created like alias for employee. Okay, so here E is nothing but it's a alias for employee. Okay, so that I have given over here from employee E. Okay, just to make our things easy. nothing else. Understood? Okay, guys. So this is actually the window function. Okay, this is actually the window function over here. Okay, so I guess this window function is clear to everyone. Okay, now guys, let's assume that. Okay, so this is one thing. This is this is one particular function over here, window, and you can use by using a partition by. We can create a multiple windows over here. Okay. Now the next thing is actually called a row number. Okay. Now what is a row number, guys? Okay. So suppose if I ask you the question that from every department. Okay. So like into the admin department, I think we have a 4 employees. Then into the finance department, again we have like 4 or 5 employees. Then into the HR department, we have 5 or 6 employees. And then into the IT department, we have 2 or 3 employees. Now guys, there can be two questions I can ask over here. Okay, so the first question which I can ask you that okay, just try to give me the data or try to display the data of first 2 employees. Okay, so if I ask you a very simple question that try to display the data of first 2 employees from each department. Okay, so I can write this thing over here just to make it easy for you. So I can write in this way that fetch the first 2 employees from each department to join the company. Okay, so if I ask you this particular question that fetch the first 2 employees from each department to join the company. Okay, so how we can actually fetch first 2 employees from each department. Okay, so actually like based on employee ID, I can say that these 2 employees have joined earlier. Okay, so and then and these are arranged in a proper order. Okay, so maybe if it is not arranged in the proper orders, I can use the order by function. Okay, so fine. Now, what I can use over here, I can use something very interesting over here that is called row number. Okay, let's see that how row number work. Okay, so I can again write in this way: select E, and I want to display the complete thing, so I can write in this way. Now I can write row number. Okay, row number. Now let's see that what will happen if I use a row number over here. Over and then partition by, and let's see that first 2 employees is maybe definitely based on their employee ID. Okay, so here I can see that into the admin I have 101 and I have 108. Then into the finance I have 104 and 106, so this is correct. Then into the HR again I think this is correct, and here also I think this is correct. Okay, but let's assume that if there is a mistake anywhere, so in order to avoid that we can use the order by function. So partition by again a department name, because again we are making this thing based on the department name. Okay, and then okay, and I want the first two. So based on the employee ID, so I can try to arrange this into the ascending order by employee ID. That's it. And I can try to display this is this row number as RM from employee. Now let me run this, guys. Let me execute this first. Let's see what will happen. Now you can see that this is my row number, guys, and now into the row number we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So like for every department, like this is the admin department, and we have a unique value over here for for all the 4 employees. Okay, so Mohan has row number as 1, Mariam has row number as 2, then Gautam has row number as 3, and then 4. Now if I want to fetch, if I want to display top 2 employees, okay, so first 2 employees if I want to display over here, so what I can do, I can simply write a condition that I want to display only those employees where this row number is greater than 3. Okay, where this row number is greater than sorry is less than 3. Okay, sorry, it should be less than 3. Okay, so I want to display the information of only those employees where this rn is less than 3. Okay, so how I can write this? So guys, I can try to use something. I can try to use like one very important concept over here, that is called CTE. Okay, that is called CTE. Okay, so table expression. Okay, CTE is stand for common table expression. Okay, so I can try to express this whole thing. Okay, I can try to express this whole thing as some I can try just like into the Python. What we're trying to do, we're trying to store maybe some information into one variable. Okay, so just like that, what we can do over here, you can try to store all these things into one variable. Okay, so I can try to express this particular like a table. I can try to express this particular like a query as a table. Okay, so how I can make that, how I can make that possible? So I can try to put this into the bracket. Okay, I can try to put this whole thing into the bracket, and I can try write over here as x. Okay, now I can write over here as select. Okay, let me take a gap so that it will be good to understand. I can write now select star from. Now I am selecting star from where? I am selecting star from this whole x. Okay, now you can see that I just I simply make this whole thing as a x. Okay, that's it. Now, and now I can give the condition over here as where uh, x dot rn, where x dot rn is less than 3, because I want to fetch the information of first two employees only. Okay, so guys, this particular thing, this like a particular thing where you make this whole thing as a x, this particular thing is nothing but it's called a common table expression. This is called CT. Okay, this is very important concept into the like a SQL. Okay, so today we just understood two very important concepts. One is window function, second one is join function, and the third one is CT, common table expression. So let me execute this. Now you can see that I will get only the first two information. First two are like employees. Okay, so from the admin, the first two employees are Mohan and Mariam. Then from the finance, we have Dorvin and Rajesh. Then from HR department, we have Rajkumar and Rohit. Then from IT department, we have Akbar and Sanjay. Okay, that's it. So this is actually nothing but this is called common table expression. Okay, so guys, I hope now this is like clear to everyone. Okay, so any doubt guys regarding this CTE or regarding this particular question? Yeah, you submit by your progress will increase as you submit your assignment. True. uh, okay, how to do self join? I didn't get you, Upama. How to do self join? What exactly you want to ask for here? Please write it clearly that what's your query. Can we make that? Okay, fine, sir. What if no common entry in no common entry in PID? ओके, इट्स वेरी इजी यार. अगर कोई कॉमन एंट्री नहीं होगी तो लाइक इनर ज्वाइन में आपको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. यू विल गेट नथिंग. ओके, so if you don't have any common entry into the person ID, so you'll get nothing into the when you perform inner join. That's it, Durga. I still need. Okay, fine. I think. Okay. A duplicate record like is something over here we don't have any like a specific key over here. Like we have three different keys which can help me to delete any record. Like we have a truncate command, we have a drop command, and we have a delete command. Okay, so there is no specific key to just to delete a duplicate value only. Okay, so there is no specific key over here, Shenu Thelri. Okay, so you can try to delete the duplicate command by by giving some condition into the where clause. Okay, so there you can use a like a where clause, and you can give the condition over there. Okay, so fine, guys. I hope now like this thing is clear. Like this CT common table expression concept is clear to everyone, and this is how we can like fetch the first two the information of first two employees. Okay. Now, guys, there is one more like a concept over here. So, like this is about a row number. Similarly, like here I have written that I want to fetch the information of first two employees. If I try to modify this question a little bit, okay, so let's assume that if I try to modify this question a little bit, and this is the last like a question for today, and if I write that fetch the first fetch not the first two employees, fetch the top three employees. Okay, top three. Okay, top three employees in each department from or yeah, from each department. Okay, based on their salary. Okay, so from each department like based on their salary, based on सैलरी. ओके, लाइक कौन लाइक हर एक डिपार्टमेंट में ऐसे लाइक टॉप थ्री एम्प्लॉयज को चूज करो जिनकी सैलरी ज्यादा है. ओके, who's having a maximum salary. So I will make it more clear over here. Let's see. So like अगर मैं admin department को देखूं, so I guess let me run this cell. Okay, run this query. Fine. So here जैसे अगर मैं देखूं admin department में, so into the admin department, like Monica is having the highest salary, followed by Mariam and Mohan. Okay, so अगर मुझे टॉप तीन लोग चाहिए जिनकी सैलरी ज्यादा है, बेस्ड ऑन द सैलरी इफ आई वांट टू रैंक. ओके, यहाँ पे मैं रैंकिंग करना चाह रहा हूँ. अगर मैं टॉप तीन एम्प्लॉयज को यहाँ पे फैच करूँ, सो दो three employees are nothing but first is Monica, then Mariam, and then Mohan. Okay, or Mohan Mariam, because both are having the same salary. Similarly, अगर मैं finance department में देखूँ, so into the finance department I will fetch Satya first, then Dorvin, and then Tejashwi. Okay, so similarly into the HR department, so HR department में सबसे ज़्यादा salary है Corey. Corey is the first, then Preet, and then I guess I will fetch maybe after Corey and Preet, I will fetch maybe Adarsh. Okay, so here I need to give ranking. Okay, now if I want to give ranking, so in place of now the only thing, guys, which I need to change over here is in place of rank, in place of row number, I need to use something else, and that is called a rank. Okay, so what I can do, I can simply try to copy this particular code from here. Okay, and here I can write select E, and in place of row number I can use something called a rank, guys. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's the only thing, and here I can make it as R and K. Now let's see, let's try to run this first, and let's see that how the ranking takes place. So now you can see that into the ranking what will happen. Into the admin, this is the rank 1, then rank 2, and then rank 3 and rank 4. Okay, so both of these, like Mohan and Mariam, because their salary is like a maximum. Okay, so sorry, here I need to write order by. Okay, I don't need to write order by employee ID, because यहाँ पे मुझे salary के base पे करना है, employee ID के base पे नहीं करना है. So I need to write salary, and then maximum salary वाला पहले होगा, and then after that, so I need to arrange this into the descending order. Okay, now let's run this again. Okay, now you can see the rank. Okay, so Monica is the first rank because her salary is 5,000. Then Mohan and Mariam, both rank is 2. सो या इट इज करेक्ट बिकॉज दोनों की सैलरी सेम है, तो इन दोनों को सेकंड रैंक पे रखा गया है. एंड देन द फोर्थ रैंक गिवन टू गौतम फ्रॉम द एडमिन डिपार्टमेंट. Then come on to the finance department. Into the finance department, Dorwin has the first rank. Satya is also the first rank. Then we have a Tejashwi. तो मुझे क्या करना है, इन तीनों को डिस्प्ले करना है. Will leave this Rajesh. Then into the HR department, the first rank Kori, second is Preet, and third is Adarsh. Fine. And इसके बाद जो भी है उनको छोड़ देना है. And then into the IT department, I will display Dheeraj, then Komal, and then Melinda. Okay. So these are the nine values I want to display when I say that I want to fetch top three employees based on their salary. Okay. So again, what I need to do is I need to make a common table expression over here, CT. So how I can write this? I can write select, and then I can write select star from, and then I can try to put this again into the bracket, and then I can write over here as uh, now I can give the condition where x dot, now I need to talk about the rank, where the rank is less than 4. So I want to display only those record where the rank is first, second, or third. Okay. Now if I run this, so I will get only those record where the rank is greater than where the rank is greater than 4. Okay. Sorry, less than 4. Okay. So now you can see we are able to get maybe the 9 record over here, or maybe more than 9, because into the IT department there are 3 person who's having the same salary and their rank is 3. Okay. But we are getting the first three employees, top three employees from each department. Okay. So this is what my agenda over here. So I guess now, guys, there are three things. There are four different functions which we have learned today, and all these four functions are very very important, guys. Okay, and these are considered as advanced function into the SQL. Okay, so I think we have discussed about the rank. We have discussed about a row number. We have discussed about the window function. Okay, and earlier we have discussed about the join function. Okay, so these are the four a concept, guys, which we have discussed today, and these are the advanced concept into the SQL. So I will upload this whole file, guys, into your attendance bar. Okay, so just go over there and just try to check this thing again and again. So I have this a notepad, guys. So I will put this into into your files. Okay, so just try to check it out. Okay, just try to check it out that how these a different function work, because this is very very important, guys. Okay, so these things are very very important, and these are the advanced concept into the SQL. Okay, so that's it, guys, for today. I guess we have learned a lot, and tomorrow I will take one case study, and I guess we'll take a case study of Swiggy, and I will tell you that what kind of a question can be asked to you if you are working into the Swiggy as a data analyst. Okay, so I will try to take some real life question from the Swiggy, and I will tell you that what kind of question can be asked. Okay, if you're working as a data analyst in a Swiggy. Okay, one second. Write a SQL query to delete all duplicate emails, keeping only one. Uh, okay. Okay, guys. Right now, we don't have a time. Okay, Upama, you can do one thing. Just try to put this particular question into the chat box. Okay, not chat box, into the comment table. Okay, and I will put the answer over there itself. Or if you're not able to understand, so I will discuss this particular question tomorrow. Okay, before taking the session. Okay, guys. So yeah, fine. That's it. Thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. And join again tomorrow at the same time. And tomorrow we'll discuss about like a case study of like a Swiggy. Okay, so it will be a great project for you, and you guys can even include that project into your resume. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.